So in this video, we'll discuss about how do we use the Brixi.AI platform's automation. So automations. Brixi.AI as a platform provides three kind of automation. One is the smart rules automation, then there is a workflow, then there is a sequences. You can consider sequences as drip campaigns. If you are running a smart rules, you can just come here. You can create a small directory from here, from scratch, from template library. You can pick some different. There are many over here, like the new body immediately did. Depending upon the industry you're working on, you can just pick one of those smart rules. A smart rule is really like it's a trigger, like when this rule should run and what is the action it has to take. So it will have a one trigger, one action. So all the rules you see will have one trigger, one child look at distance, pricing, one trigger, one action, like send email. Missed call, like a call is logged, set call reminder. Course inquiry, I want to like one new lead is triggered, initiate the sequence. So those kind of way you can create, you can run like a small single line or you can say single line automations, single step. So once you have those kind of a smart rules configured, you could be able to configure, or you can also able to enable or disable. For example, in this case, we are saying whenever the new lead is created, its lead distribution name is there. If you want to add any kind of a condition, you can add the conditions over here. Then you can just select what to do in this case. Once you it's saying when new lead is created, then you take this action. It's saying distribute the lead, which means you assign the lead to a user by round robin or weighted distributions. So if you want to use the round robin algorithm, just click on the round robin. If you want to use weighted round robin, just click on the weighted round robin. Based on this, you can just pick the user who should be assigned to this new lead. Okay. If you are having more than one users, as we are using the weighted round robin, you can use different weight. The use case of weighted round robin is that in many cases there could be some super user, like maybe or there could be some like newcomer. So newcomer may be handling only 2 to 3 leads a day versus a super user who could be potentially handling 10 leads a day. In such cases, you can use the weighted round robin to assign more leads to the super user versus the newcomer. Okay. Once you are done, you just click on the save. Once you save, then just click on the then you can go back to this edit. Then you click on enable, then you click on save, which means this particular rule is enabled. Okay. Then you can also send any kind of there are various options over here, like the triggers. You can pick a trigger, new lead is created, lead moves to a stage, which means the stage of a lead is changed. A sequence in, a no response from the lead, a keyword detected, lead stays in stage for X time, which means that this lead stays in this particular stage for more than N days or Y days. This kind of automation can be used to trigger, like getting a follow-up task, getting some kind of a lead nurturing, some kind of a lead recycling or lead reassignment or lead rotations. So those kind of things can, let's say, if I'm using lead stage in a stage for X time, then let's say if just called nurture. Okay, let's say if I have a nurture stage, I don't have it. Let's say in this case, let's say inactive customer. Okay, which means if this customer is in inactive state for, let's say, for 45 days. Okay. And what I want, this particular lead should get recycled. Then what I can do, I can just go, I will just using some conditions, you're not empty, I will just say, send a WhatsApp message. Okay. So I can configure any kind of a state after, so it will start monitoring this state, this particular stage, and whenever this particular lead move to this state, from that point of time, it will wait for 45 days. And after 45 days, it will send a WhatsApp message to these customers, and you pick the phone number, from which number it should be sending the message and which particular WhatsApp template it should be using. Okay. And that's how you can just click on the save. Once you save, then it's just then you can just again go back again, enable those kind of, again, you can enable the, it's doing the WhatsApp. I can just name it whatever I want, send WhatsApp message to inactive customer. So I can create as many smart rules I want. Okay. Then I will be discussing about getting the sequences, or we call drip campaigns. So let's say I have one greeting drip campaign. Okay. So whenever it's saying whenever there is a trigger, each of these automations runs on a trigger. What needs to be registered, and when this particular drip campaign or through start. Okay, so in this case, it's saying whenever lead is created, is running on the manual enrollment, which means you have to manually enroll any leads that you have to this particular sequence. This enrollment could be from your smart rules. For example, whenever something changes, then a smart rule can automatically register the leads in this particular drip campaign. For example, let us say if a lead goes to nurture stage, then I start sending 1 day, 2 days, 3 days kind of a messages, so that you can try to bring back the customer for the conversation. You can have like different kind of a combination you can configure. So in this case, let's just say I will go back and start configuring. Okay, it's saying lead manually by an agent, or you can by automations as well. So it's saying first you send a first WhatsApp message. So it's saying you want to send this message immediately. There is an option here, you can add a delay. Let's say I want to send this message as soon as this is registered. I want to send a message. So it's saying okay. Let's say I want to send this message on next WhatsApp message. You can choose your options on what date you want to send a WhatsApp message. What are the delay? From this to this, you send the message on after 1 day, 8 hours, whatever time you have. You can also pick combinations. Let's say you want to then again send another WhatsApp message. Let's say this time I want to send an email. Okay, let's say I want to send an email. I will send an email over here. So I can just click on this. I can just delete this. I will send an email here. Okay. So here you will have multiple options. So you want to send the automated email, send SMS, send WhatsApp, auto follow up, add a task, add a follow up. You get a call task. You get a to do task in that case, to do follow up. Okay. So here, let's say I'm sending I should be sending automated email after 1 day. So first I'm sending this for immediately whenever I register. I will send one WhatsApp message, then I'll wait for 1 day. Then again I will send, and again I'll wait for 1 day. Then I'll send a WhatsApp message. Here I can change. Let's say I want to wait for 3 days. Okay. Let's say I want to send another message. So I will send another WhatsApp message for this customer. So I can just let's say 1 day is 1 week. Okay. So we can see total this particular whenever a particular lead goes into this sequence, they will spend approximately 11 days here. It has a 4 steps. First is one WhatsApp message, second is another WhatsApp message. Also there is an option here. I can just click on this to move this up or down. Let's say I'll move this up. So now I have a one WhatsApp message, then then send the next after 3 days. You send here one message. Then again we are waiting for 1 day. Then again we are waiting for another one week. Then again let's say send another WhatsApp message. So here again you will have options to create. How many days I have? I have so far 12 days. Okay. So here let's say I'm waiting 1 week. I will send this immediately after 3 days. Okay. So now total I have a 14 days so far. I can add as many steps I want. I will send another WhatsApp message. Again I send after 3 days. Then I will send, let's say, another WhatsApp message. So let's say I will send another WhatsApp message here for after 3 days. Okay. So now you can see for 30 days they will keep for 20 days they will keep sending the messages to the customers. It's like lead nurturing. He will keep sending the message to the customers, and he will have options to configure which particular template you want to send. You want to send which particular message, you can just click on that particular template. You can start sending that message, and from which phone number you want to send. You pick these phone numbers, and once you pick those phone numbers, can have only one phone number. So you can pick that phone number. You can pick the template which you want to use, and automatically system will start sending those messages to the customers. And yeah, marketing message has only 50% delivery rate. So you consider using the utility message with the video or audio, with the video or photo you have, and you make a message in such a way that it does not look like a promotions. It looks like a exploration. For example, on day 1 you send about your company, your property. Day 2 you send about some kind of promotions. Day 3 you send about some kind of about locations. Day 5 you send about areas, then you send about, then again you send about some testimonials you may have. Given the long sales cycle for 1 month, 2 months, you have to keep nurturing the customers for 1 month of time, 2 months of time. Once those customer replies back, then you can take those customer back to your back by our AI agent, and those AI agent can automatically start qualifying those agents, cause now they have a higher intent. So immediately you can book a meeting, or immediately you can book a site visit, you can immediately book an appointment in that case. This is this is kind of a lead nurturing stage. Then you have something called workflows. Workflows are like, let's say I want to create a workflow for NRI call, okay. So let's say if I want to create a workflow for NRI call, I will just first add a trigger. This particular workflow should be running as soon as the lead is created again, okay. I want to add a conditions over here. I can pick a conditions. Let's say I will give a phone number. Say doesn't contain plus 91, okay. Any number which does not contain plus 91, any numbers, any Indian numbers you stored will be stored in our system with a plus 91. So any number which does not contain plus 91 is like a NRI numbers, okay. So now this particular number has been stored in our system. So now let us say whenever this particular comes, there are multiple conditions. I can run a if else, I can run a switch, I can run delay, I can wait until, I can do many things here. Let's say I want to call these customers immediately, okay. Let's say I will use the voice AI call. I can use the voice AI call. This immediately, let's say I have multiple voice AI agent. I can pick this time, let's say ST-based consultancy, okay. It will be the default phone number. I will just assign this one. So what happens whenever this particular lead is received, then automatically this lead will be called using this AI agent, and this AI agent will be calling using its default phone number. An AI agent can have more than one phone number. You can assign as many numbers as you need to avoid some kind of a spam, anything in that case. Let's say once a phone call is done, anyway, once phone call is, anyway, automation will run on that phone number to analyze the call analysis, okay. So you can create various kind of a AI agent over here. I will just go back now. Let's say you want to run a complex workflow. I will give example of complex workflow. Let's say I will run a new lead automation, okay. Let's say I'll create a 10-step complex workflow, okay. So let's say I will engage this customer with a let's call it a lead nurturing automations, okay. So let's say this particular lead would be nurtured whenever let's say on a regular basis, okay. So it will try to find all those leads. Let's say it will try to find the leads contact has changed, okay. Let's say a condition, okay. So let's say in this workflow, I'm trying to run a workflow which should be running every day. It will try to find all those customers which have been in our system but they have not moved. They have not made any progress in, let's say, in last 60 days, which means they are like a dormant customers we have. In that case, what we can do, for those kind of a leads, we can run a campaign. Let's say we'll run a campaign over here. Let's say we will run a campaign over here called contact stage, okay. So we'll say contact stage in, let's say, inactive customer. Here it doesn't have inactive, it has, okay, inactive customers, okay. So now we can add another condition in this. We are saying this customer is contact inactive, and we can say it's last updated at. So we are saying this customer has not been updated in, let's say, in last 45 days. It's a 45 days, okay. So what we are trying to say, find all the customers, inactive customers who has not been updated in last 45 days, okay. And for those customers, we will run a workflow for them. Okay, now done. Now we are saying this particular workflow will be running every morning, daily at 9 a.m. We can also configure on which particular date it should be running. There are options here. You can configure running daily, weekly, etc. as well. Okay, now done. So now you can say this is a periodic trigger which runs a start sequence on a daily schedules. It runs on a daily, it runs on a lead, and it running on a daily, and that's how it is. Let's say I run a if else here. Now what I can do, I can configure this particular customer. Let's say I will add a, let's say I will do here two kind of things. I'll first find a NRI customers. Okay, let's say for same things. Let's run a phone number. Let's say not contents plus 91. Okay, so we can see we have given this side on the if else side where the phone number does not contain 91, which means those are the NRI customers. What we want for those NRI customers, we want them to let's say receive an email cause they will be reading the email from us. Okay, we'll send an email to them. All the Indian customers, they will get a WhatsApp from us. Okay, they will get a WhatsApp from us. Again same process stuff. Then you can pick the which phone number you would be sending the SMS. Okay, sorry, choose these phone numbers. Let's download message 1. Okay, save. In the customers, let's say if I have a here, and this particular account does not have any kind of a email configure, but if you have an email account configure, you will be able to pick which email this from which email address the customer would be receiving email. You can configure that one. Okay. Now what happens after let's say 3 days, the customer comes back. Okay, we gave it like 1 day. Let's add a now delay. Now for this customer, let's add a delay of after X time. They will add, let's say after 3 days. Okay, let's add a delay. You can say delay, wait for 3 days. Then we'll add another, let's say delay here as well. Let's say wait for 2 days. Okay. So now we are saying, okay, you send a email notification to NRI customers and then wait for 3 days. For Indian customers, you send or for numbers where the customer's number is starting with 91, you send a WhatsApp message, wait for 2 days. Then now let's send something else. Okay. Now let's send a SMS to this customers. Okay, we'll send a SMS here in India, and currently I don't have any account, but okay. So let's say here also I will send a SMS over here as well. Let's say I will send a SMS here as well to the customers. If we have a consent, we can send a SMS here as well. Here you will get an option to choose which particular providers you want to use, because for Indian customers you have different providers, whereas for NRI customers you will have different phone number. Okay, once you configure them, like let's say again you send a message, again customer did not reply back, then what we say, okay, again let's do something else. Let's send a AB email. Okay, let's run a AB on this. AB is like a test case. Let's run a split test. Okay, so now we will send a two variant of an email. Okay, let's say I will send this customer again. I'll send an email. Then again I will also send an email to this customer as well on the left hand side. Okay, so now we are saying we will send a two variant of an email to the to NRI customer after sending SMS. If anyway they reply back, okay. So anyway, if they reply back, those customers would be automatically exited. There is if you go to the settings, you'll find the options when they will exit. So you will see it here, communications or the options. Then also find then in which case they will exit. Okay. You'll also get to see here what is the enrollment history you have. Then what are the runs you will see. All kind of runs the workflow has done so far. Okay. Now I'll go back here again. We were doing the configuration in this area. So we can configure email, and let's say we are giving two variant. Here you will get an option to send. You send an email, then what kind of email senders you have. Then you try to use different template to see which particular messaging works better. You can also do AB. a split test means that you are doing testing on those customers to understand which particular copy or which particular image, campaign image works better than other. To identify those, you can start running this kind of a campaigns, and you can, once you come back here, you will get the options to see which particular like variant is giving you outcomes. You will also get to see how is the beginner selected, how do we select the beginners. There are many conditions you will get to know, and you will also get to see what is the live states in that. Like once you publish this workflow, you will get to see what is the statistics you have for that particular customer, if they are viewing it, if they are reading it back or not. Okay. So let's say for Indian customer, I will send it 2 copy of now. Again, let's say run a split test on Indian customer as well. But on Indian customer, I will run a split test on one WhatsApp. I want to see which particular WhatsApp message or WhatsApp copy resonates most with the customer. So I'm going to configure here 2 of the WhatsApp message. I can configure more as I want in that case. So let's see. So we would be able to configure this entire workflow as per our need. So in this case, we will configure this to be using, let's say, 2 step. I can also add more variants, and I can also change, let's say I will change this to 25%. I can add more variant over here. I can change this as per my requirement. Okay. So currently I have a 25%. So I can add more variants over here. Let's say I want to add 25 more. So here you will have options to configure what kind of a variants you want. You want to add more variants, you can just click like add variants over here. Once you add the variant, you can just pick your options like okay. So let's go back to the, okay. So here you have a BR sending like a 2 kind of emails and 2 WhatsApp messages. Okay. So now my workflow is having, if you look at here, it starts from here, then it goes in 2 lines, 1 line send 1 email, then wait for 3 days, then it sends another SMS. Then I have another a split test. This is trying to understand which particular email copy works better than other. On the other side, for Indian customers, I'm sending a WhatsApp message, then I'm sending a 1 SMS for the customer, then again I'm sending a 2 copy of the same 2 different copy, and to understand which particular copy works better than other. If I do so, then I'll have a configurations ready. Then once this configuration is done, I can just publish those. You can just, if you're not able to view it clearly, you can just click on the zoom in here. You just put the cursor over here. You can just click on zoom like this. Okay, just leave. So once you are done, you can just once you save the workflow, then you can just go back to this workflow. Okay. Now again, you are done. Once you are done, you can just click on the publish over here. Publish will do a lot of validations around the workflows, like some configuration could be done. Let's say I'm doing a validation. Okay, the lead nudge. Okay. Let's say whenever it will fail call, it is doing a lot of validations. One way you can see there are many things like here we are not giving the subject. Here we have not given the SMS connectors. It is giving all kind of a validation errors. You can see all this here. Once you see this kind of error, you can click on those errors. You can try to correct all those errors one by one. Once you have fixed all those errors, then you can just publish the workflow. If you are having any difficulty in configuring this particular workflow, please reach out to support. Support will help you and guide you to configure this particular parameter, the particular field that is missing or that is required in your case. Yeah. That's how we configure any kind of a workflow, and it starts working like that. Let us say you want to run a workflow which does a lead distribution. So I will have a one here, new lead automations. Let's say I have this kind of automation. So okay, what it is saying, okay, whenever the lead comes to me, assign the leads. In Brixi.AI as a platform, so you will get options to assign different kind of a lead, like lead. We also have something called claim-based lead. Claim-based lead assignment means that like Ola and Ubers, you will get options. You will get options. Your sales executive will have options to claim those leads. To see those claims lead, I will see example. Let's say claim-based lead assignment. Okay. So in this case, I will say whenever a lead comes in, lead is created, then you just register all the leads. Then I'm saying, okay, you distribute the leads. Then here I'm going to toggle a flag called claim-based location. So it's a claim-based distributions, which means whenever a new lead comes in on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it's 9 to 6 p.m. in this hour, if there is any lead, then they will start sending all this lead to each of your sales executive one by one at 15-minute interval, which means if a lead comes in, whoever picks this lead, they can immediately call the lead. For example, you could be on some site, you may not be having internet connectivity, or you may be driving. In such cases, your your lead response time can drastically reduced by using this claim-based lead distribution features. Once you again, it works the same as the lead distribution and that we use in the smart rules. And again, you will have options to configure which all users should be using, what all groups should be using. Do you want to use the round robin, or you want to customize the lead quota? Based on all of this, you'll be able to distribute the lead as per your requirement. I will just say this workflow now. Okay. Once you're done, you just click on the publish and will start. And again, whenever that workflow runs, you'll be able to see how many workflows, for how many leads this workflow has run, and how many currently it is in running stage. Okay.